What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Spectre 9781 coming with another video, and my hair looks like shit because I just freaking woke up, can't sleep. So, anyway, yeah, we're doing a freaking book review. It's the Savage Tales of Solomon Kane, by Robert E. Howard. Now this, collection, this is a collection of, pulps and poems and novellas that Robert E. Howard wrote in 1928. I believe until 1930. I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure. I'm going to read off the list of stories here. In order. So the list of stories in order are Shells in the Stars, The Right Hand of Doom, which is a very good horror story, by the way. Red Shadows, the first published Robert E. Howard story in Weird Tales. Battle of Bones, the Castle of the Devil, which is a so that is a fragment in this collection because it was unfinished before Robert E. Howard's suicide. But they did do they did finish it within a comic book. I recommend you go check that out. Death's Black Riders, the Moon of Skulls. That is another good story. The One Black Stain, The Blue Flame of Vengeance. Again, another good story. The Blue Flame of Vengeance. The Hills of the Dead. Another good story. Hawk of Basti. Good story. The Return of St. Richard Greenville, which is a poem. Wings in the Night. Also a really good story of vengeance. The Footfalls Within, The Children of Asar, Solomon Kane Homecoming. Okay, so some of these stories are like I said, are fragments, are unfinished within this collection because Robert E. Howard didn't finish them, but other writers tended to finish them after he died within comic book format, so I'm sure you can locate some of them. The Children of Asar was also a fragmented story. I believe also the Hawk of Basti was also a fragmented story, I think. But I highly recommend The Right Hand of Doom if you want a good 10-page horror story. And I can't even take credit for purchasing this book on my own. This was actually I bought this book because of a video I watched by a guy called the Razorholic, aka Razorfist. He made the video 3 years ago when the character of Solomon Kane turned 90 years old. Now, I'm sure you're more familiar with Robert E. Howard's other work, Conan the Barbarian, or Conan the Chimerian, as his literary counterpart is called. And granted, I've never read the Conan stories, but I definitely want to now that I've read the Solomon Kane stories. I'm in the process of watching the Solomon Kane movie, which is a very good movie, by the way. And I'll probably leave some Amazon links down below because these short stories, poems, and novellas are very accessible on Amazon. They cost about let's see. It cost me initial price is $17, but it'll cost you $18 plus tax here in Washington. But depending on where you live, it might be expensive or cheaper. So yeah. But the character Solomon Kane fascinates me because you can definitely tell where Bloodborne got its inspiration from. Besides H.P. Lovecraft, it definitely got its inspiration from Robert E. Howard in some aspects, like the design of Solomon Kane's tattered clothes. He wears this freaking like top hat and carries a freaking two flintlock pistols and a freaking rapier. And like this freaking Puritan that's just going around vanquishing evil because it's right. And in Red Shadows, which is one of the like I said the first story that Robert E. Howard wrote for this character. Not the first story written for this character, but the first published story. And Red Shadow is a little bit of a spoiler, but in the beginning of the story, he finds a woman, he finds a girl violated, and also mutilated, and excuse me, swears vengeance. Yeah, swears vengeance. Because not because it's his girlfriend or anything, just because that's right. He says his exact lines are dead. And then men shall die for this. You know. And he is one of those badass characters that I wish we could still see within fiction, because in today's society, this character would not fly. Oh, and I should probably mention something, okay? These stories are not politically correct. These were written in the early 20th century, in the early 20th century. So if you're, one of those people that struggles to read Of Mice and Men, and Grapes of Wrath, and To Kill a Mockingbird or anything of that nature, I would not recommend this book for you, because there's a lot of late 1920s, early 1930s stereotypes in this book regarding race. And I figured I should bring it up because, especially for parents' sake, if parents watch my videos or anything of that nature, I don't want you to get the impression that these pulps are for children. And also, the thing about it is that the racism in this book is laughable. I laughed at it. I took it as more of a joke than anything else. It didn't stop me from reading the stories, though. It got a little uncomfortable at parts, but it didn't stop me from reading the stories, because this character is still one of my favorites. And I recommend going to pick this book up if you want to read, educate yourself on the art of the short story, which is sadly dying. Thank you, Stephen Kane, for the art of the short story freaking dying. Thank you. And I'll do a rant on Stephen Kane after I'm done with this video, actually, because I'm gonna commit blasphemy, but I don't like his work, even though I have his work sitting on my bookshelf. Yeah. So anyway, like I said, Savage Tales of Solomon Kane. I really like this. I recommend it, and I'll put I'll put a link down below so that you guys can purchase it, and also I'll put the video that I watched that got me to purchase this lovely book. Put Razorfists video in the description as well. Anyway, that's all I got for today, guys. See ya.